Today, I want to speak honestly about a reality many older people quietly live with. I have no pension, I have no savings, and I cannot rely on my child for support. These words may sound heavy, but they are my truth. Still, this truth did not defeat me, it shaped me. The first thing I learned was that old age does not mean helplessness. It means experience. Instead of seeing myself as a burden, I chose to see myself as responsible for my own life. I simplified my needs, took care of my health, and accepted that dignity matters more than comfort. I support myself through small, honest efforts. I use the skills and knowledge I gained over a lifetime. The work may not be big, but it is consistent. I live within my means, avoid unnecessary expenses, and respect every small earning. Independence, even at a modest level, brings peace that money alone cannot buy. I do not blame my children or society. Times have changed, and everyone is fighting their own battles. Rather than waiting for help, I decided to help myself. I rely on discipline, patience, and faith. I have learned that true wealth is self-respect, good health, and a calm heart. My message is simple: even without pensions, savings, or family support, a person can still live with dignity. Old age is not the end of usefulness. It is a season of wisdom. If your mindset is strong and your life is simple, you can stand on your own feet. At any age, old age is often misunderstood as a stage of weakness, decline, and dependence, but in reality, it is a powerful collection of lived experience. Every wrinkle, every slow step, and every pause carries lessons learned through decades of effort, mistakes, resilience, and growth. Experience means having seen life in its many forms: success and failure, joy and loss, gain and sacrifice. An older person understands consequences better because they have lived them. They know the value of patience because they have seen how time changes situations. They understand people because they have interacted with many personalities and learned whom to trust and whom to avoid. Experience builds emotional strength that youth often lacks. While physical energy may decrease, mental clarity, judgment, and wisdom often increase. Older individuals are less likely to panic in difficult situations because they have faced hardship before and survived it. They know that problems are temporary and that endurance matters more than speed. Experience also teaches simplicity, knowing what truly matters and what does not. It helps people let go of unnecessary competition, ego, and comparison. An experienced mind values peace over pride and stability over constant ambition. Old age also brings the ability to guide others, even without realizing it, through example rather than words. Quiet strength, calm decision-making, and balanced thinking become natural. Society may focus too much on physical ability, but life is not only about strength of the body, it is also about strength of understanding. Experience allows older people to make wiser choices, manage limited resources better, and face uncertainty with courage. When respected and recognized, this experience becomes a powerful asset, not just for the individual, but for families and communities as well. Simple living is not a sign of lack, it is a conscious choice that protects dignity, especially in old age. When life is kept simple, a person is less controlled by money, comparison, and unnecessary pressure. Dignity comes from self-respect, and self-respect grows when a person lives within their means without pretending to be more than they are. Simple living removes the constant stress of chasing comforts that are not essential and replaces it with peace and balance. It allows a person to meet their needs without dependence or shame. As people grow older, simplicity becomes a form of strength. Choosing fewer possessions, modest clothing, and basic routines reduces both physical and mental burden. There is no fear of losing status or maintaining appearances because dignity is no longer tied to luxury. A simple lifestyle teaches contentment and gratitude for what is available rather than frustration over what is missing. This mindset protects emotional health and prevents feelings of inferiority or helplessness. Simple living also encourages independence. When expenses are controlled and needs are clear, a person does not have to beg, borrow, or rely heavily on others. Even limited income becomes manageable. Eating simple food, maintaining a modest home, and avoiding unnecessary debt all contribute to a life that is stable and self-directed. This independence preserves dignity because it allows choices to be made freely, not out of desperation. Most importantly, simple living keeps a person grounded. It shifts focus away from material display and toward values like honesty, humility, and peace of mind. Dignity is not found in what others see but in how one lives each day. A simple life protects that inner respect, allowing a person to age with confidence, calmness, and quiet pride. Small, honest work has the power to create true independence, especially in old age when opportunities may be limited. Independence does not always come from large salaries or impressive positions, it often grows from modest efforts done with consistency and integrity. Even simple work, when honest, provides a sense of purpose and control over one's life. It allows a person to earn without shame and to stand on their own feet, no matter how small the income may seem to others. Engaging in small work keeps a person mentally active and emotionally balanced. It gives structure to the day and replaces feelings of uselessness with confidence. When someone earns through their own effort, they experience self-respect that no handout can provide. Honest work strengthens dignity because it is based on effort, not dependence. It also teaches discipline, as regular work encourages routine and responsibility. Small work is often flexible, which makes it suitable for older individuals. It can be adjusted according to strength, health, and time. Using lifelong skills, experience, or simple abilities allows older people to remain productive without exhausting themselves. Over time, these small earnings help cover daily needs and reduce reliance on others. This gradual self-support builds emotional security and a sense of freedom. Most importantly, honest work builds independence of the mind. A person no longer waits for help or approval but takes initiative. Even when income is limited, the feeling of earning something through one's own hands brings peace and confidence. Independence is not about how much is earned, but about the ability to support oneself with dignity. Small, honest work makes that possible and keeps a person connected to life with pride and purpose. Self-respect, health, and faith are forms of wealth that do not depend on money, yet they determine the quality of life more than any financial asset. Self-respect is the foundation of dignity. It comes from living honestly, accepting one's reality, and refusing to see oneself as a burden. When a person respects themselves, they make choices that protect their values, even in difficult circumstances. This inner strength allows them to face hardship without losing confidence or self-worth. Health is another priceless form of wealth, especially in old age. A healthy body and a calm mind make daily life manageable and reduce dependence on others. Health is not only about being free from illness, it also includes balance, movement, rest, and mental peace. When health is cared for through simple habits and moderation, even limited resources can support a stable and meaningful life. Without health, comfort and money lose their value. Faith gives strength when control is limited. It offers hope during uncertainty and patience during struggle. Faith does not remove problems, but it provides the courage to endure them without bitterness. It helps a person accept what cannot be changed and focus on what can be done. Faith brings inner peace, reduces fear of the future, and reminds a person that they are not alone in their journey. Together, self-respect, health, and faith create a form of wealth that cannot be stolen, lost, or exhausted. They support resilience, contentment, and purpose. When these three are present, a person can live with dignity and calm, even without financial security. This inner wealth allows one to age with strength, gratitude, and quiet confidence. I may not have a pension to depend on, savings to fall back on, or children to lean on, but I have something just as powerful, my dignity. I wake up each day knowing that I am still capable, still useful, and still responsible for my own life. Old age has not taken my worth, it has clarified it. I have learned that independence is not about how much you have, but about how you live. With simple choices, honest effort, self-respect, and faith, I continue to stand on my own feet. And if my story proves anything, it is this: even in old age, even with very little, a person can still live with strength, purpose, and pride.